Hi, my name is Emma Nelson, and I'm a recent graduate of ASU College of Global Futures. I graduated this last May of 2023 with a Bachelor of Science in Sustainability, and I am now a part of the 4+1 Accelerated Masters of Sustainable Solutions program at ASU. And then along with being a grad student, I also work here at the Walton Center for Planetary Health as a recruitment and outreach intern this year, so I'm excited to meet all of you. I'm going to insert my Instagram and email, so feel free to email me with any questions or DM me with any questions before school starts or throughout this whole entire year. So today I'm going to be walking you through a few places on campus that you'll especially need to know about for your first few weeks of school. And then along with some of my favorite places that I've studied at throughout my years at ASU or just gone to hang out with friends. And then I'm going to talk about preparing to come to ASU, along with the first few weeks at ASU, what to expect, and then going all the way into the year, just highlighting some of the main questions we usually get and what to expect. So now I am sitting outside of the ASU bookstore. Here you will be able to find all of your books for your classes, and if they don't have them in the store, then they'll be able to order them for you online, and then you can just come and pick up your book once it comes in stock. A lot of the times your books might be online as well, so that all just depends on your teacher and the class. Along with books, they also have tons of ASU gear and then a lot of different technology stuff for your computer. So I am now outside of the MU, Memorial Union, which I came a lot to my freshman year because you can use your maroon and gold dollars at the restaurants inside. Along with all the restaurants they have, they also have a dining hall, which I always thought had a lot more options than some of the other dining halls on campus. So I came here a lot, and then they have a Starbucks, which I studied at a lot, especially my freshman year. And then in the basement of the MU is the Sun Devil Sun Card Service Center. So if you have any issues with your Sun Devil ID, you can go there. And then they also have a huge recreational center with tons of games and hangout and study rooms. So that's really awesome. And then they also have a rooftop restaurant, which I really enjoyed going to. They have great food there, especially when it gets cooler in Arizona. It's fun to sit up there. Another really fun thing about the MU, sort of over in this area under all of the solar panels, is that on Fridays, they'll usually have a live DJ or a live band come and play music, and then they'll have like some free giveaways or free food or different pop-up shops, which is really fun to come with your friends. I'm now at the Sun Devil Fitness Center, and here you can just get in with your ID at the front, and there's tons of free fitness classes that go on throughout the school year where you can meet people, along with there being indoor basketball court and track, and then lots of machinery where you can work out for free. We have made it to my favorite study spot, which I would say it's a lot of people's favorite study spots, but it's called the Secret Garden, and it's just full of trees and lots of little animals. And so coming here and either sitting on one of the tables that's already here or bringing a blanket to lay out on, it's fun to study or just hang out with friends here. I'm now outside the library, which is right across from the MU. So there's an older library and the newer library, and I'm under the newer one, but they connect underground, which is really cool. And I mostly came to the library to study. There's just tons of little nooks inside of the library, and then there's also rooms you can kind of rent out if you want to study with like your study group. And then on the lower level, there's a meditation and interfaith room, which was really nice. If you needed to take a break from studying, you can go in there and get some peace and quiet and just do some mindfulness. So we're in the courtyard of the social science building, and this was another one of my favorite places to go just because of all the trees, and there's a water fountain. and so it's just very calming and very cool in here because it's kind of one of those air tunnels. So yeah, this is another really great place to go to study. So this is the College of Global Futures building called the Walton Center for Planetary Health. And your classes will be spread out through all of ASU campus, but here you can find career advising, general advising. We have a lot of guest speakers that come and speak here, along with different poster presentations, and then some fun events like food trucks and other stuff like that throughout the year. Today I am inside the Walton Center for Planetary Health building, which houses the College of Global Futures, and I'm just going to be going around to a few different spots on different floors and talking about how to prepare for your time at ASU, and then the first few weeks at ASU, and then going forward into the rest of the year, how you can prepare. A fun fact about this building is that it's actually based off of concepts from biomimicry. So biomimicry is when we look at nature and mimic it in ways that we do things today to help us solve problems. So the architects and designers for this building took a course through the Biomimicry Center at ASU, which with the biomimicry, you can also get a certificate in your undergraduate through them, and then they also have a graduate program. And a lot of students will major in sustainability or innovation in society and then get their certificate in biomimicry. So that's really cool. But this building specifically was mimicked off of a saguaro cactus. So saguaro cactuses are able to filter air through the center and keep the middle of the cactus cool, especially in really hot and dry months. So that's what this building does, because when you stand towards the bottom and in the middle, it is really cool. Like you get a lot of cool air coming through. And so, yeah, just a fun fact. You can expect to prepare for your first week at ASU. The number one tip is just to continue checking your MyASU priority tasks and fulfilling all of those. And then also paying your deposit, because as soon as you pay your deposit, you're able to start setting up a meeting with your advisor, and you can register for classes and get into your top classes that you want before they fill up. And then it also allows you to choose your housing. So again, you can get into the housing that you want to get into. Going forward into the first few weeks of school, my biggest suggestion is definitely to attend Passport at ASU, which is August 16th this year at the MU, starting at 4 p.m. And it's just like 1,000 organizations that are tabling, and you can stop by ones that are interesting and sign up, and then they'll start sending you emails so you can go to the meetings that they hold. And then alongside that, ASU just has tons of events going on the first few weeks of school to get kids involved. Like usually there's some big concert, so just going to all of those to meet as many people as you can. And then also finding different dining halls throughout campus, because with me, I just stuck to the one closest to my dorm and then didn't venture out until later in the year. And so many of the dining halls have better food than the one that's closest to your dorm. So kind of finding where you like to go on campus for food. And then lastly, College of Global Futures has a camp where we go up into Prescott, and you get to, it's like a stay away camp for the weekend, and so you get to meet all the people that are going to be in your classes, and some teachers go, and so it's just a great way to meet people, and I definitely recommend doing that. What to expect going into the rest of your first year and the rest of college. So as one semester is coming to a close, you will get a registration date and time, and that is the date and time that you can register for your next semester's courses. So my biggest suggestion is to definitely schedule a meeting with your advisor as early as you can, because as that registration date approaches, they get very busy. So definitely schedule that out as early as you can. And they are located on level 3 at the Walton Center for Planetary Health. So you can meet with them in person or also on Zoom. And then another big suggestion is to meet with career services as soon as you can, starting your freshman year and going all the way into senior year. We have a specific career services just for College of Global Future students. And so they really know where these types of careers are at, and they can help you kind of find your way through all of the different career websites, and they're very helpful, and also helping you find internships. So another tip is to definitely utilize the tools that we have while you're here. So look for internships, get as many as you can throughout your time. A few other tips I have are to definitely meet with your professors during their office hours as often as you can go, because a lot of the time students don't go to office hours. And so you're really able to create that relationship with your professor, which can open up a ton of new doors, to introducing you to other people, or just getting to maybe work with them with their research in the future. And then another thing is that students get free tickets to athletic games, so definitely take full advantage of that. And lastly, study abroad. I went on a study abroad experience in Florence, Italy, and just had the greatest time ever. And so you can either study abroad through one of the College of Global Future specific programs, or you can, venture out and just do a normal program through ASU. And a lot of them offer sustainability classes that you can transfer over, or just electives that you can transfer over. Now we're at my desk on the 4th floor. Feel free to come and visit whenever. I'm just gonna talk about a few of my favorite classes that I took over my 4 years. The first one being SOS 110, Sustainable World with Scott, and then SOS 311, Future Thinking and Strategies, and then SOS 326, Sustainable Ecosystem with Jessica Morrison. And then lastly, SOS 327, Sustainable Food and Farms with Hallie Eakin. And then a few of my extra favorite teachers were Melissa Nelson, Christopher Morehart, and Osvalda Sala. So a huge perk to being in the College of Global Futures and having access to this building is all the restaurants that are around this building. So just across the street, we have a Trader Joe's, which is just awesome because you can run over there if you need a snack between classes. There's also a Chop Shop nearby and Postino's, and then one of my favorites, which is Sushi 101 right down University. And then there's a Board and Brew and a lot of other different eating areas over down around Board and Brew. And then a recent new favorite of mine is Shady Park, which has really great poke bowls. We are also right next to the light rail, one of the main light rail stops. So if you don't have a car, it's really easy to jump on the light rail, and it can really take you to a lot of different spots throughout Tempe. I hope you all enjoyed this video and had some of your questions answered. My Instagram and email will be listed, so please feel free to reach out with any questions at all. And I'm really excited to see everybody this year.